Welcome back, friends. Welcome back to the homestead. It's the last week of June. Things are about to get quite hot here, and we do experience very hot summers, plus 35. And the greenhouses will suffer with that kind of heat. They will be too effective, as it were. Even with the active ventilation of the passive solar greenhouse. And over there we've got the polycarbonate, which is basically a goldfish bowl. So we need to do something about cooling things down this year. Last year we lost a lot of potential fruit because the temperature was so high that the fruit couldn't set properly. I can't remember the exact anything over 30, mid 30s, 30s, not really that great. I can't remember the exact temperature for tomatoes, but somewhere around there. We need to cool it down. So how are we going to do that? I've got three things. One is a second fan, which will go at the other end and pump cooler air in. But I'm going to cover that in a separate video because that in itself is quite an interesting thing about how we cool the air down naturally. And the two things I'm going to cover in this video, which are quite interesting. One is, one solution I've got is just behind me here, shade netting. So this is a perforated net which goes over the greenhouse. And you can get it in different percentages. So for humans, we can get like 90% shade netting for shade for humans. And then for greenhouses, you can get between 30 to 60, I suppose. I've got 50, which is a top end really for greenhouses. But that's all I could get. It's a 25-meter roll. Both greenhouses are 8 meters long, so we'll get 2 strips for the polycarbonate. We'll get 2 strips of the. It's 1 meter wide, no, 2 meters wide. So 2 by 8. Sorry, 2 by 25. So we'll cut off 2 strips and join them together. Gita's going to sew them together, and then we'll put them on the polycarbonate greenhouse. And then for this one behind me, we'll just cut off the 1 strip. That's right, it's on 1624, so that'll be okay. And then we'll fix that on here. Oh, sun is in my eyes there. Let's just go indoors a little bit. And then, so you'll see me doing that. And then I'll fit the, and the second thing I've got is a set of misters. So I'm going to fit misters in here, which will help with 2 things. That will help with cooling things down. Just looking at the temperature now, 20. So it's nearly 7 o'clock here in the evening, and it's still 29 degrees. So it does get pretty hot. We're going to spray some misters, and that will also help with the humidity, which is only 50 at the moment. So it will up the humidity a little bit and cool the temperature down. We've already got the high pressure pump down here, which does the watering, and I'm going to figure something out to be able to use that pump. In the future, I'll probably have to add some diverting valves and stuff like that, but that'll be part of a technical overhaul, but we'll get it to work at least in this video. So enough of my chit chat, and then let me get on and we'll get those things fitted and done, and then we'll see how effective it is. Okay, so I've been, excuse the noise of the ventilation fan, I've been to the hardware store depot here in Latvia and bought the bits. As usual, everything that was said was in stock on the website wasn't in stock, and I had to make do with what I could get and make it all up on the spot in the shop, which is really annoying, really frustrating. If you live in Latvia, you know the score with depot. Depot, please sort it out, get more stuff in stock. It's summertime, people need to do watering, rant over. So I need to divide the water source from so it goes to the watering, or the thing I'm about to install, the sprayers, and I can't automate that at the moment, but I will do with the valves later and some other bits and pieces. The end fitting for the actual sprayers is a 1/2 inch fitting. Looks like 3/4, but we'll work that out when we get to it. Hopefully I've got everything I need. Yeah, so what I need to do now is this is the pressurized side out of the pump. I need to cut this, put that splitter on, and then feed it up the top to where the sprayers are going to go. That's what I'll be doing next. Okay, that almost seemed too easy. Just for now, I put it on direct, save all the hose. This is not ideal, but I just want to get it kind of working, I suppose, in a way. Bit worried about it seems to be taking some air. That high pressure pump should work, but it's taking some air somewhere, which might mess up the system. But we'll give it a go and see what happens. Wait. Not good. Right, I've tightened it up, changed the doodah, and yeah, let's try another again. Wait, that's better. That's much better. Just need to adjust those nozzles. Okay, let's try again. Doesn't show up very well on the camera. Pen one's not working. Maybe it's blocked or something, I don't know. Feels cooler in here already. That's the main thing. What I'll do is I'll leave it running for a little bit, and then I'll check the temperature on the here and see if it's made a difference, and also we'll know because the fan will turn off quite quick. Got a few leaks here which we need to sort out, but we can do that, no problem. Okay, so it's the next day after installing the spray at Misters, and last night I put a small video up on Instagram and got quite a few comments about that all my plants, well, they varied from inquisitive about when you get problems with mold to all my plants will die from mold and blight and disease and stuff like that. Like a lot of things in life, it's all about context, and there's a lot of things to consider here. First of all, I'm not just spraying willy-nilly the mists all the time. They're not here for watering, they're not here for irrigation. They're here to do a job, which is to cool down extreme temperatures that we get in the greenhouse to enable more of the fruit, the flowers, to pollinate. Because if the temperature goes above a certain level, then tomatoes won't fruit. And so we need to keep a happy balance, you know, between hot enough to keep good production coming. As you can see, our tomatoes are doing really well, and not too hot where they don't produce any fruit. Contextually, our climate here is very, very hot in the summers and very cold in the winters, and it's very dry. You know, the humidity level now I think is below 50, 46. So I've got no problem really with, you know, humidity in here and letting diseases grow and stuff like that. It's extremely dry. We've got plenty of air coming in through the windows, up there, and it comes along the top here, and then it goes out the ventilation fan here. So we've got nice draft, good airflow, and obviously I prune the plants as well. I don't let a jungle grow in here. They all get pruned underneath. You can't really see it at the moment, but I do that's what I'm doing here now, really, is pruning, to make sure that the plants are in top tip condition, optimized for growth of fruit. You know, we're growing food. I've said this many times in previous videos. This is about growing food. Not really about growing pretty tomato plants or keeping up traditions or good practices and stuff like that. And it's about context in our climate as well. These really are kind of a fire extinguisher. They're the very last effort to keep the temperature down, hopefully with airflow, the way the windows are controlled, and the shade cloth that will go on will keep that temperature down, and we only have to use the sprays at the exact, the extremes of what happens here. So hopefully I don't have to use them, but if I do, then I can, and I can keep that temperature under control. Right, so this is the shade netting a bit closer up. You can see how it works. I understand it's quite similar to scaffolding netting, but obviously not as thick. And these clips, they grab onto the side and clip on, and then you can thread a string through it so that you can secure them without this thing falling into bits, really. They clip together fairly easy, I think. So I've got a couple of hundred of these to do both greenhouses. So I need to unroll this and measure up 8.4 meters, and then I can get it fixed onto the greenhouse and work out how I'm going to do that. Right, these are the clips. Top tip here, as I've discovered, you saw me, I was really struggling to get it on. When they come out of the box, because they're printed like this or manufactured like this, and when they come together, they don't come together exactly right. What you need to do is bend this over like that and bend this one over like that. And then the bits and pieces will come together straight like that, and the dots, the pegs will then go through the holes correctly, and this obviously then lines up properly. Right, I've gone around the perimeter now and attached these clips. I have gone every half metre down the side here, every metre around the front, because the wind could come up there, and then on the back, it will run along the top there, every 2 metres, because I'm hoping, my plan is to attach it using a screw through the hole, the corner one there, and on the other side, the other end of the greenhouse as well. And then it will drape down and be taut across the top there, and hopefully I won't need anything. Otherwise I've got to get a ladder and crawl up the back here to secure it all. I think it'll be okay. Obviously gravity will let it slide down, and then we can run a string along the 8 meters there and tie it tight. That way, if it's tied at the top here and the other side, in theory I can, with the string, I can pull it back like a curtain if there's a very dark day or something. It's only really needed for about 6 weeks a year, but those 6 weeks are when the fruit are, when the tomato plants are fruiting, and so that it's got to be on there, otherwise they won't set the fruit. Right, let's get all this sorted out. Okay, that's that one done. You can see it sags a tiny bit in the middle there, but I can live with that. I'll maybe go up and get a single string around that, but we'll see how it fares. Tomorrow's going to be a hot day, so we'll see what difference it makes. It's a nice difference inside. I mean, it's not, you know, now it's 7 o'clock at night, so, but you can see it's still pretty light. So I think with the, you know, when the sun's beating down in the daytime, it's going to make quite a bit of difference. We'll come out tomorrow and check the temperatures, and then at the same time we'll be cutting the net to prepare to do that one as well, and then sew the 2 strips together. Well, it's now the first week of August, so sometime on from when I filmed me fitting the shade net behind me, and we haven't fitted the one here to the other greenhouse for good reason. The day after, or 2 days after I fitted this one behind me here, the weather changed and it wasn't required, and it changed for the good, I suppose, until today. Yesterday was pretty hot. Today is nice, 25 degrees, something like that. And in between, we've had rain, we've had very little sunshine. The greenhouses have got warm, but not overly warm. Fruit has pollinated, the flowers have pollinated really well. We've got lots of fruit. We don't need any more, actually. We've started pulling the tops off, so there's no need to fit the shade net to the polycarbonate greenhouse now at this time of year. So it's all cut out and ready to go. All the clips are on, but we just didn't get around to fitting it. In fact, you can't see it, but I can see it in front of me in a pile, which will get stored away over winter, and we'll do it next year if needed. But we are ready, and the point of the video is about really being prepared, I suppose. So we've got this fitted now. We can take this off and put it away. In fact, we will do now. Second week of August, it's unlikely to be needed again. We don't need any more fruit. We don't need the flowers to turn to fruit now. So that's, you've got the gist of it. You've seen me do this one. The other one will be exactly the same. You will see it probably and hopefully in action next year. We will need it. So that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you've got any questions or comments, do leave them below in the comment section. Give it a thumbs up, of course, if you like this video at any point. And I will see you in another video very soon. Bye bye for now.